Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, so this is late September, early October. So I'm in the northern zone in upstate New York. This is bow hunting season. Alright, so bow hunting and early bear. And then it goes into rifle season in November, so I'm still in bow season. You are allowed to take both sexes here, so I might be able to get a doe. Landowner said okay, no problem. I really busted my ass this year trying to clean this place up. And I'm also in my newly created blind. If you guys saw it last time, remember I was doing a lot of work. It looks pretty good. So it's about 1400 hours in the afternoon. It's still pretty early, but I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I drove up here. It takes about 4.5 hours to get up here, and then did some practice shots with the bow. Again, just getting used to it. I was pretty good, pretty spot on. Hopefully, luck will be in my way. Now, it is cooler up here. You're looking at maybe like 40 degrees difference, but there's an abundance of vegetation, there's abundance of food, there's no real reason for them to come through here other than habit. I know that there's a bedding area over here because I spooked one up last time. That doesn't mean that she's going to come this way. Again, I'm just trying to put meat in the freezer this year. Rifle season is when I really go hard. Bow season is just to kind of figure out who's in the woods, who's in the forest, trying to see, what animal, what does are here, do they have fawns, that kind of thing. Again, it's all legal to shoot both sexes here, so it's not a big deal. Up until November, once it gets into rifle season, then you can only shoot bucks. I got my bow. I'm not that good at it. That's why when I came up, I did a lot of practice. I did a lot of practice in the yard just to make sure that, my skills are up to par and they're on. I don't want to waste any animals. It would be nice to go home with something to eat. But, I mean, this shelter is freaking bomber now, as you can see. That's a tarp. So all the sticks and all the branches and all that other stuff. I did all that stuff. Came up here with chainsaws and a whole bunch of stuff and just started banging it out, and this is where it pays off. The forest kind of looks the same when I left it. I'm going to get 2 chances to do some bow hunting before we hit rifle season. So it's this week. I got about 4 days. Then I got to go back to work, and then I'll get another week. And then after that, we'll go into rifle season. Rifle season, I plan to be up here a long time, especially during the rut. So I'm looking to get some food on the table. So like I said, I'm just going to sit here for a little bit, enjoy the cool brisk breeze and just relax. If anything comes around, I'll film it. If I get to shoot anything with my bow, I'll film it. Supposedly there is a black bear up here. We saw some sign, but I don't know if he's still here. I just don't know. Well, we'll find out, right? Alright guys, so sorry about that. Day 2, heading into the forest. I know my light's a little bit blinding. I apologize. But it is dark out here, wet and cold. Once I get set up, we'll see where we go. See how things get. Hey guys, so it's day 2. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been out here since 5:30 in the morning, and it's really windy. It's about 40 something degrees. I gotta tell you, it's absolutely beautiful out here. The wind is really messing me up because it's probably blowing my scent all over the mountain. But it's really, really nice out here. I'll give you an idea what it looks like. much movement going on at all. I haven't seen anything. I don't see any sign. Again, it's still early. It's late September, early October. There's plenty of food around. There's no rhyme or reason why they would come through here. There is a bedding area up this way. So I'm hoping that I'm either going to catch them coming down this way or up this way. But this is a mountain. On the other side of that mountain, they have kind of the same thing. I had to put on a second layer because it's freaking, the wind up here is brutal, and I didn't pack any long johns, which was stupid of me. I should have known better. I have a very thin layer of socks on, so I got my hunting boots, but no insulation value other than the boots. So, like I say, pack light, freeze at night, right? Well, I'm shivering a little bit, but I'll survive. So I'm going to hang out here for a couple more hours, then I'll go back to the house. My bird finally came out, and then I'll probably do a night sit. I'll sit at night. Yeah, just birds. So, alright, let's see if anything else happens. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the first sit of the morning of bow season. I didn't see anything today, so doesn't mean they're not here, it just means they're not in the area that I'm in. It's just the way it goes. Very damp, very cold, very beautiful. Even if I don't get anything, I always get something out of it. Something about suffering really makes you appreciate the things that you have in life, and the fact that I didn't bring any long johns. It's suffering, but it's all good. It's all good. I do have quite a bit of layers on, so I won't freeze to death. I'll just be a little chilly. Beautiful morning. Can't say enough. Typically I would be in a tree stand, but I hurt my back this week, so I'm a little sore, and climbing a ladder stand is really not in the cards for me right now. I'm just traveling really light and enjoying the scenery and the outdoors. So I'm going to try to do evening sit. Hopefully things will pick up. If not, I still got a couple days, and just wish me luck. That's it. So it's still day 2. I'm going to do the evening sit for now. I don't see much activity. I think a lot of times the deer are at the bottom of the mountain, so I'm going to try to get them coming back up this way. If their bedding is right behind me, I'm going to try to catch them this way. I did bring extra clothing, so I'm a little bit warmer. I also ate some food, so warm me up a little bit. I'm just going to sit here till nightfall. Hopefully something comes along. It's just the way of nature. It's the way of hunting. That's what I call hunting, not shopping. So hopefully something comes out. We'll get a good picture of it. If I get to take it, I take it. If not, it's fine. Alright guys, that was day 3 morning. Hopefully I got that on video and you could hear audio. But that sneezing and wheezing, that was me getting busted. Okay, that's the alarm. It's probably that same deer that we've been trying to get for years. We call her Snorty for obvious reasons. I was doing everything right. I was camouflaged up. I wasn't moving. But as you can see, the wind is out of control up here. So all she needs to do is get a little bit of my scent. And she does that wheezing, sneezing kind of thing and lets all the deer know in the area that this is not a good area. I stayed on anyway because a lot of times that deer is by itself, so it's just blowing by itself because the other deer don't like her. The deer don't like her, we humans don't like her, but yet she's still on this freaking mountain. We're trying to get her. So I'm going to do another evening sit. I'm going to go back down now. And funny story, I got all the way up to the top of the mountain and I forgot my trigger, my bow trigger. If you don't know what that is, that's this thing right here that allows me to pull the compound bow back with my wrist and use my finger as the trigger. And I don't know if you ever tried to pull a compound bow back without one, but it's not going to work. It's going to hurt. So I got all the way up here, dropped my pack, and then I had to walk all the way back down the mountain to get it, and then come all the way back up. So, pro tip, make sure you got all your shit before you leave to go up the side of the mountain. But it was a good sit. Obviously, with the exception of Snorty, at least I know there's a deer on this side of the mountain. It's the one that we've been trying to get. Unfortunately, we didn't get her. Beautiful morning anyway. I'm going to maybe switch sides, sit on the other side of the mountain for the evening, because it doesn't look like there's that much activity over here. Maybe on the opposite side there'll be a better chance. They're here, but the odds are not in our favor. So it's very windy. I'm hunting from a ground blind because I hurt my back. And the ground is soft because it's been raining. There's plenty of food. So they are in no rush. They're not being pressured by anybody or by the rut. So they're not going to make mistakes. This is when they could afford to be cautious. They could afford to wait. They could afford to lay down instead of walking around. It hasn't been that cool, so they could just sit in the sun all day long. You know, that's why people wait till November. Early October is very difficult to go hunting. Alright, so, especially with a bow. So, that's why I have an affinity for bow hunters, because they're a lot better than me, and they have a lot more patience than I do. But I'm still giving it my try. So, still giving it my try. And hopefully this evening is a little bit better. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, so this is the evening hunt. There's a moth in here, that's awesome. But this is a hunting blind that was built for the landowner by the landowner. And unfortunately the windows were made for rifles, they weren't made for bows. So as you can see, the windows, they're very long, which is good, but they're very narrow. So if I do get a chance to get a shot, then this is kind of what I'm looking at. It's going to be a very, very tight spot. What's good about this is that I'm in an enclosure, so I can be comfortable. You don't need to wear camouflage inside. But I'm just going to try this, see what happens. My scent doesn't really travel. I just have to keep this window open because that's the window I plan to shoot out of. And if I get something, I'll film it. So, wish me luck. But It's really nice in here. It's like a little tiny home. So it's kind of cool. So it's about 50 yards from here to the target zone, which is a pretty far shot, especially on an angle. It's not easy to do with a bow rifle. I can do it all day. It's not a very convenient setup for bows. That's why you need a lot more space if you're going to go bow hunting. But it's warm, it's covered. You know, it's nice in here.